Yes, sir, please.
You can take the stand, sir.
Good morning,
Just
sir.
reminding you that you're still under oath from yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
All set, Mr. Kubertosi?
Thank you. Sir, I just had a couple more questions for you. The firearm that you used on the 30th, what happened to it after you left the residence?
So I secured the scene, and then once more officers showed up, they relieved me, and the chief had me walk with him to his car, and he took my firearm and he gave me his.
You talked about Kelsey Fitzsimmons. Do you see her in the courtroom today?
I do.
Can you point to her and describe an article of clothing that she's wearing?
She's wearing a sweater.
May the record reflect she has identified the defendant.
Yes, it may.
Thank you. I have nothing else.
Okay. Cross-examination?
May I inquire, Your Honor?
Yes, please.
Thank you. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Before we get into the case, I'm looking at your glasses. Are those glasses AI recording type glasses?
No,
Okay, so you're not recording anything right now?
absolutely not.
Okay. Let's go to June 30th at Kelsey Fitzsimmons' house. What time did you get there?
I think right around 6 or 5:30, 6 o'clock.
The upshot of that visit was that when you got there, you didn't secure the firearms, did you?
No, we didn't.
And you, collectively, meaning the three of you, you brought the guy getting the restraining order to the person he claims he's in fear of, correct?
I wasn't aware that Justin was en route. That was Lieutenant Daly when he made arrangements with Justin.
So you're saying that
Allen.
was, sorry, finish your answer.
Justin I. Allen.
That was not your part of this incident?
No, it wasn't.
Okay, and you're saying that, oh, sorry.
Excuse me one moment. One moment. Mr. Prado, can you hold on one second?
Sure.
I want the jury box to be empty, so I just want to have the gentleman move.
Thank you.
Sorry about that, sir. We'll make room for you. And just one second, Mr. Brado. All set, Mr. Brado. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No problem, Your Honor. Thank you. So, when did you become aware that Justin Elaine was coming to the house?
I wasn't aware.
Did you see him at all when you were there?
No.
You were aware that he came in and was walking around the house?
No.
You were not?
No.
Okay. You go upstairs with Kelsey and with Officer Houston, correct?
Yep.
Officer Houston leaves to see who's coming in downstairs?
There was an older woman that was causing a scene with Lieutenant Daly, and
The question was, did Houston go downstairs?
he did, to mitigate what was going on downstairs, is what my belief was.
Okay. And you were with Kelsey when she had gone into her bedroom, correct?
Yes.
Then you went down the stairs to see what was going on.
No,
You took some steps down the stairs, didn't you?
I did not.
Your testimony is that you stayed on that landing?
Yes.
Okay. Isn't it true you left Kelsey alone in that room for a period of time?
No.
Okay. You're serving an order on someone who's your colleague, correct?
Correct.
It's fair to say that this restraining order service isn't exactly going by the book, is it?
And from my past experience, it is.
Well, the guns are floating around out there.
Actually, Kelsey had stated the guns were downstairs in the basement in the safe.
I didn't ask you what she stated, did I?
Continue.
Thank you. So, the guns are still floating around. You're serving a colleague. The guy comes to the house who's got the order. It's fair to say this isn't exactly a garden variety service of a restraining order, is it?
That's inaccurate.
It's inaccurate?
Yes.
Okay. And this is just another day for you?
No, it's not.
So in fact, you were working, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You get a call from Houston.
Yes.
He tells you what the plan is, correct?
Yes, he said that,
I didn't ask you what he said.
okay.
He told you what the plan is, correct?
No. He asked me to meet up with him.
He told you that Kelsey's ex-fiancée got a restraining order and that you had to serve it, get her firearms, and get the baby, didn't he?
Not on the phone, no.
And you said to Houston on the phone, whatever he said to you, your answer was, sounds good, right?
No.
That's not what you said.
I don't remember what I said to him.
Okay, well, that's what you told the grand jury, isn't it?
Objection.
Okay, overall,
Misstating what he told the grand jury.
well, you can restate during redirect.
We'll get to all that, Your Honor. We'll circle back
And I
on all
prefer
this.
that both sides show a witness what they're referring to when they're trying to
I
impute
will,
it.
Your Honor.
Thank you.
I want to ask you some questions about your relationship with Kelsey.
Sure.
You said that you didn't know her well,
That's correct.
and you said that she was on maternity leave most of the time. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
And you also said that you got along well with her, right?
For the time, I think we went to one or two calls together. Other than that, I worked a completely different shift, so
So is
we got
yes or
along
no?
when we went to calls, yes.
Did you get along well with her or not?
Yeah.
And did you think well of her?
I really didn't have an opinion. I didn't have a chance to really get to know her.
Well, do you know Maureen Teresi, your neighbor?
Maureen Teresi.
You gave her your opinion of Kelsey, didn't you?
I don't remember.
You called her a whack job, didn't you?
I don't recall.
I'm sorry, Mr. Bradle, I missed the question. Can you state
Sure.
that again?
So I asked him if he knew Miss Maureen Teresi, his neighbor,
Okay.
and I said that he gave his opinion of Kelsey to his neighbor, and that he called her a whack job. And then you can answer again, sir. What was your answer?
I don't recall.
You don't recall?
I don't.
Is it possible you called her a whack job to your neighbor?
It's possible,
So that's what you really think about Kelsey, isn't it, that she's a whack job?
after she tried to kill me.
And at the time, you went in there loaded for bear, didn't you?
No.
Well, let's see. You told the state police that the job was to section her, didn't you?
It was spoken about that if she reacts badly during the restraining order, she may have to get sectioned.
Well, that's what you said, that you had pre-planned that you were going to section her.
It wasn't
The job was to
pre-planned.
section her, isn't that what you said?
No, that's inaccurate.
So-
Hold on one second, let me just go through some ground rules. You need to wait until the question's complete, because we can't have two folks talking over one another.
Yes, sir.
All right, thanks very much. Go ahead, Mr. Bradle.
And also, you raised quite a lot of concerns about where Kelsey parked her car, correct?
Yes.
And you suggested at one point that you could box her in and take her into custody with respect to the car, right?
Yes.
So you were thinking that she was going to need to be sectioned, that she was a whack job, and that she needed to be boxed in and placed into custody, right?
Objection.
I'm asking about a state of mind, Your Honor.
He has testified that he thought she was a whack job before he went there.
Overruled.
Those are all things that were in your mindset, weren't they?
No.
Well, you said them, right?
No, that's inaccurate.
Sectioning her,
It was brought up by my lieutenant that she may have to be sectioned
and you told the state police that part of the job was to section her.
if she were to be sectioned.
You didn't say that part to the state police, did you?
I don't recall.
Okay, well, we'll go over all this, don't worry.
Okay.
And so, with respect to the car, you testified in such a manner that you're suggesting that there was some suspicion attached to that, right?
Can you rephrase?
Yeah, you're suspicious of the fact that she parked the car 150 yards away, you said.
Yes.
So, your mindset is that she's evading something or she's up to something?
Well, in my training and experience, the distance of where she parked her car from her house and having a baby, and also her behavior in the past where her car was always parked in the driveway,
So you didn't know her very well.
I knew where she lived, and I patrol the town, so I have to drive by her house.
So she parks in the school next to her house.
Yes.
What are you thinking she's going to do?
I don't know. I don't know what her mindset was.
So you're speculating about any suspicion that's attached to that parking job, right?
I was just suspicious about that.
So she's in the house. You
Yes.
know she's in the house.
No, I don't.
You go to the house. You knock on the door. Daly knocks on the door. She comes out like a regular mom,
Yes.
holding the baby, wearing sweats, hair's probably in a ponytail, opens the door,
Yes.
right? So at that point, do you let go of your suspicions about where she parked the car?
I was still curious as to why she parked her car over 150 yards away.
Well, you're looking at it through your own lens as an investigator. Isn't it possible that there's 100 other possibilities in her life that maybe she parked there for some other reason?
Could be. I don't know. Again, I don't know what her mindset was.
So you go in there, and you are the only officer who has tactical gloves on when you go in there, correct?
They're neoprene gloves, yes.
So you're ready for anything, right?
It's past practice with me after working in Lawrence for so long. I tend to glove up for sanitary reasons. I knew we were going to have to handle her firearms, so I didn't want to get any of my prints or anything on them.
But you said you took them off fairly quickly when you got in there.
Yes.
And at what point did you take them off?
Right before she handed me the baby.
So you hadn't yet touched the firearms, and you took them off. So that plan about not getting your prints on the firearms didn't pan out, did it?
I didn't want to hold the baby with those gloves. They're pretty dirty.
And while we're talking about holding the baby, it's fair to say that Kelsey Fitzsimmons, with 3 cops standing there, had her baby, and she's the one that chose to give it to you. Isn't
Yes.
that right? You didn't ask for it. Daly didn't order her to give it to you. She, with whatever her mindset was, chose you to take her baby. Isn't that right?
That's correct.
And she chose you to take a bottle and feed her baby, right?
That's correct.
And then this is 5 minutes before you say she tries to murder you, right?
That's correct.
Okay. Now, you said that you felt that the baby couldn't be comfortable because you had your vest on. So it wasn't comfortable, and you wanted to give the baby off to someone else, right?
That's correct.
A fair statement?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's not what you said prior, is it?
Well, I like to have my hands free as well. I don't like my hands tied up.
That's what you said the last time, right? That when you spoke with the state police, that you didn't like having anything in your hands, and it was really a tactical reason why you gave the baby up, right?
No, it wasn't tactical. I just didn't want to be holding the baby.
Isn't it tactical that you want to have your hands free to deal with anything you have to deal with at this?
I want to have my hands free on every call.
What's
that I
wrong
go
with the
to.
word tactical? Why isn't that tactical?
Can you rephrase that?
What's wrong with the word tactical?
There's nothing wrong with that.
So why doesn't it apply? Because I said it?
I'm sure it could apply.
I'll strike that, Your Honor. Why doesn't it apply?
I'm sure it could apply, sure.
So for tactical reasons, you gave up the baby. But that's not what you said here at this trial, is it?
I don't recall what you, can you rephrase that? I
Well,
don't-
here at the trial, you said that the baby couldn't have been comfortable and you wanted to give the baby off, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
And you didn't say anything about wanting to keep your hands free for tactical reasons, right?
It wasn't asked.
You were asked what happened repeatedly, and you had every opportunity to talk about it, didn't you?
Sure.
And you left it out.
Not on purpose.
We'll see.
Mr. Brado, comment like that isn't helpful, please.
Sorry, Your Honor, motion to strike.
You're moving to strike your own comment?
I am.
It's allowed. And that's very forthright of you.
Can I just have a moment here?
Yeah, take your time.
I want to ask you something about your grand jury testimony that we alluded to. So your testimony here was that you didn't get the whole plan from Officer Houston on the phone, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
And my suggestion that your answer about the thing in sort of a matter-of-fact way was, okay, sounds good. And you disagree that you said that, right?
I don't disagree, I just don't recall
You don't recall?
what I said.
So isn't it true that you were asked, page 36, who did you get a call from? Officer Houston. And what was that call about? Was the next question. And your answer was, he had asked me if Lieutenant Daly reached out to me. I said no. Officer Houston said, hey, can you meet me at the CCC, which is a little grade school behind the Atkinson School. He said, we have to serve papers to Officer Kelsey. I said, okay, sounds good. And I drove over to that location and met up with him, right? And
Sure.
you knew those papers were a restraining order for Kelsey to give up the baby, give up her guns, lose her job,
I had
brought by her fiance, right?
I had no idea what was entailed in the restraining order at that time.
At what point did you learn the job here?
As far as the restraining order,
As far as this job you were going to do at Kelsey's house?
what job?
The restraining order service, taking the baby, finding the guns,
When I met up with
sectioning her,
Officer
boxing her in.
When I
putting
met
her
up
into
with Officer
custody.
Houston.
Don't talk when I'm talking, sir. Box, sorry.
Hold on. Let's not argue back and forth, and just ask your questions. If you just wait to answer until he's done. If you can restate, thank you.
Sure. So you asked me what the job was. So my suggestion is that the job is serving the restraining order, going to get the baby, finding the guns. You thought about boxing her in and taking her into custody. You thought about sectioning her. That job.
When I met up with Officer Houston behind the CCC.
And at that point, you knew what you were getting into, right?
After he explained what was going on, and we were pretty shocked.
In all of the statements you've made prior to being here yesterday and today, you've never said that you were pretty shocked about anything, have you?
I don't recall.
You weren't shocked. You were treating this like a video game, weren't you?
No.
Well, your first answer is, sounds good, like it's any other day, right?
As to meeting up with them behind the CCC. Yep, sounds good. I'll see you there.
Sounds good to meet up, okay. Let's talk about the bedroom and the shots that you fired. Here in court, you said that those shots were in rapid fire.
Rapid succession, yes.
Okay. And like a boom boom?
Yes.
Okay. No, that's not what you said to the state police, though, is it?
That was 8 months ago, right around there. I don't recall. I said I shot twice, possibly.
You told the state police that you pulled the trigger. This is 1232 in audio. You told the police that you pulled the trigger once. You said the word once. And then you said, I kept giving commands. And then you said, I pulled the trigger again. That's a completely different scenario than 2 shots in rapid succession, isn't it?
As far as the time frame, I was trying to recall the event as best as possible. But, rapid succession, you pull the trigger, pull it again. Yes, I pulled it twice.
So that was July 3rd, right after this incident, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
So it's fair to say that talking then it's right after the incident, and now you're here in court. Both of those propositions can't be true, can they?
I'm sorry, what?
The proposition, I'll rephrase it here. The proposition that you said here in court, that you made 2 shots in rapid succession,
Yes.
and what you said on July 3rd, 1 shot, giving some commands, another shot, both of those things can't be true, can they?
They can be true.
They can be true.
Yes.
So rapid succession, and then what? You talk really fast before the second shot?
Oh, I was given commands. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm asking you about this particular passage, this particular thing. Here you said you made 2 shots in rapid succession.
Yes.
You painted a different picture on July 3rd, didn't you?
No.
You shot, you gave commands, and then you shot again.
That's the
How
truth.
can that be rapid succession?
Because that's how it went in rapid succession.
You disagreed with me that it was a boom boom.
Yes.
So where's the time for the commands between the shots?
As I'm yelling them.
Well, that's not what you said. You said you pulled the trigger once. I kept giving commands. I pulled the trigger again.
Yes.
So they're 2 different assertions, aren't they?
No.
Okay. You gave a statement on July 3rd to the state police, right? A recorded statement?
Yes.
You testified yesterday and today. What was your preparation like for this case? To come in here and testify?
I met up with Mr. Gubitosi, Attorney Gubitosi,
How many times?
I believe twice.
And when when were those meetings?
One was recently, I think last Thursday, and the one before, I can't remember.
And when did you start prepping your testimony?
On this past Thursday.
Well, you probably started prepping your testimony about 5 minutes after the shooting, didn't you?
No.
When was the first time you were questioned about what happened?
I think July 3rd.
So everyone left you alone until July 3rd?
Yes.
When you were upstairs with Kelsey, she kept giving you things and asking you to take them downstairs, didn't she?
That's correct.
And she did that with Houston as well, right?
Yes.
So it's fair to say that she was trying to get you away from her, right?
I don't know what her mindset was. I wasn't going to leave her alone.
Sure, let me ask you a better question. The effect of that would have been, if you took things downstairs, that you would have left her.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. That's not consistent with her trying to kill you, is it? She's trying to get rid of you.
Overall.
Can you ask that question again?
The fact that she's trying to remove you from the area where her gun is not consistent with her trying to kill you, is it?
At that point, no.
So let's get into the incident here. What do you say happened? You say that Kelsey went into her bedroom after being in the baby's room, correct?
Yes.
She, you don't go in the room, right?
No, I stayed at the very top of the stairs, right before the door frame.
So it's fair to say you're on the landing, the top of the stairs, looking into the room.
That's correct.
And the room's got a lot of furniture in it, a lot of things everywhere, right?
Yes.
So you say that Kelsey has a change in her demeanor, right?
Yes.
She starts to shake and get upset, shaking uncontrollably, you said, right?
Yes.
Then she lunges.
Yes.
She's on her knees.
She was, I believe, on her right knee.
You said that she pushed off her left leg and lunged, right?
Yes.
And at the time, you were 3 feet away from her,
Yes.
maybe less.
Maybe.
So can we agree that's arm's length?
She was a little further away than arm's length, I would say.
So arm's length if you reach over, maybe. How about that?
Yes.
And your testimony is that she lunges over and obtains a gun,
Yes.
right? And she assumes a certain stance.
Can you elaborate?
Well, you were there. What stance did she assume?
She pointed a gun at my face and pulled the trigger.
And yesterday, when you were being questioned, you assumed a two-handed stance to show that, didn't you?
That's correct.
And what do you call that kind of a stance?
I don't know.
Is that like a modified Weaver stance?
Yes.
So she assumes a modified Weaver stance. Can you stand up and
sorry, what
a
was
modified Weaver stance?
Weaver?
That's just what it's called.
Okay.
Can you demonstrate to us what a modified Weaver stance looks like?
Do you want me to stand up and show you? Sure.
So are you asking him just in general?
Just to
or-
show the stance in general first, yes, Judge, thank you.
So she grabs it, comes up, pulls the trigger.
Okay, that's not, I don't think that's what he was asking you, but.
So just what's the modified Weaver stance? What is it?
Here.
And can you describe it? What are you doing when you do a modified Weaver stance?
Strong side, all right? So if I'm righty, this is my strong side. That's gonna grab the pistol, and I use my support hand to support the weapon.
Are you righty?
I'm sorry?
Are you righty?
I am.
You can have a seat, thank you.
Thanks.
And you're saying that Ms. Fitzsimmons had the gun in that kind of a stance?
Yes.
And how far was the gun away from your face?
It was right outside of arm's length.
So she's 3 feet away. She assumes the modified Weaver stance, so she's probably another foot or two towards you, right?
She stepped to the left. I don't know if she stepped towards me.
Well, your testimony was that she immediately lifted the gun to you and
Yes.
pulled the trigger and tried to shoot you right in the face.
Yes.
So the gun didn't go off,
No.
and there she is with the gun there. The guns didn't go off, and you're within feet of her and the gun that didn't go off, right?
That's correct.
And you didn't just grab her, did you?
No, I was in complete shock. And then she started backpedaling immediately and trying to tap and rack that weapon.
Right. So your testimony is that Kelsey goes from a wounded bird shaking uncontrollably to a female movie action hero, doesn't she?
Those aren't my words.
That's your description of what happened, isn't it?
I didn't describe that either in
So
those words.
she gets the gun. She tries to murder you in the face.
Yes.
5 minutes after she has you feed her baby.
Yes.
She pulls the trigger, nothing happens.
Yes. It went click.
She stands up, right?
She was already standing.
So as she's standing, she shoots you. She tries to shoot you in the face.
Yes. And then she started to backpedal.
So first she backpedals, then she sidesteps. She tap racks again, right?
Yes.
So in all this time, this is like the longest tap rack in history, isn't it?
It's 4 seconds.
So she gets up. She sidestep first or backpedal first?
Backpedals.
So she backpedals first.
And then
How many
sidestep.
steps?
I would say maybe 4 or 5, and then maybe another 3, 4, 5 to her left, which is my right.
So she goes into action. Is she tapping the magazine and then racking the gun while she's moving around?
Yes, she's a well-trained police officer
Who's a whack job?
who tried to kill me.
So let's get the order straight. You said that she backpedals first.
Yes, after she pulled the trigger.
And nothing happens.
Yes.
And then she taps the magazine
Yes.
and then racks the slide.
I believe her hand slipped off. That's when she went and I was giving her commands, don't do it. And she re-racked and started to bring her right arm up.
And then she does it again, right?
Yes.
And you actually have no idea whether she successfully racked it the first time or successfully racked it the second time, correct?
That's correct.
You don't know what happened.
No, I don't.
And so it takes a few seconds to take 4 or 5 or whatever steps back towards the air conditioner, right?
From beginning to end, once she pulled the gun on me and pulled the trigger, and by the time I shot her, it was right around 4 seconds total, if not 3.5. It was very fast.
So she goes from shaking uncontrollably, sad about her situation, crying, to being pretty nimble.
She wasn't crying.
She backpedals, you said, right?
That's correct.
Then she sidesteps
Yes.
to the air conditioner. And you had a look of panic on your face at that time, didn't you?
No,
You were flustered, weren't you?
no.
Well, you were in shock 5 minutes later, weren't you?
After the incident and my adrenaline dumped, yeah, I was in shock then.
So, at the time, getting back to the incident, Kelsey's by the air conditioner. She's backpedaled, she's sidestepped, she tapped, she racked, she tapped, she racked, and then you shoot her.
Yes.
And you shot 2 shots. Where are we on the rapid succession? Which one do you want to go with? Rapid succession, or you shot, gave commands, and shot again? Which is it?
I was given commands and shooting at the same time.
Okay. Well, your prior testimony was that you shot, you pulled the trigger, gave commands, and you pulled the trigger again.
Yes.
So was it that, or was it boom, boom, rapid succession?
It all happened in 4 seconds or less.
So you're a very well-trained SWAT officer, yes?
Yes.
You're a firearms instructor.
No.
You're a patrol instructor, where you instruct
What's a
other
patrol?
officers on the job, right?
Field training officer.
Field training officer.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mhm.
And you've been doing this for 25 years,
No.
20 years.
Right around there, yes.
Okay, so you've been doing this for 20 years. And one of your thought processes was that you wanted to give your training and experience back to the North Andover PD where you started, right?
Yes, and come back where I started.
And here, your first shot, you missed her from about 7 feet away.
I did. It was longer than 7 feet. It was at that point about 15 feet,
15 feet.
I would say.
Do you have any measurements on this?
No, but if you remove the bed and you were to walk diagonal from where I shot, it was probably around 15.
So the first shot you missed her and you hit the air conditioner. Is that right? Or do
I
you know?
I didn't know where it went.
Okay. And the fact is that we have only one spent projectile in this case, right?
I'm sorry?
We only have one spent projectile in this case, correct?
I don't know what state police collected.
You weren't curious as to any of the paperwork or anything that happened in the case?
I believe they told me that there was one on the bed and one on the floor, I think. But I don't know where that one projectile comes from.
Did you know that there was one in the curtain next to the air conditioner?
No.
Have you looked at any photos from this at all?
Some, yes.
You didn't know that?
Nope.
Yeah, approach her.
Yes. Just a photo.
Yes. Did you want some water?
Do you have some? Thank you, sir.
We'll get it for you.
All right, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm going to show you for the record, Exhibit 49, sir. See that?
Yes, that's the entrance to her bedroom.
And is that a fair and accurate depiction of kind of the stuff that was there at the time?
I didn't see any of that at the time because I was facing forward. That's a completely different angle.
Well, that's the area where you say that she lunged to, right?
There, yes, that would have been my left. Yep.
Now, at some point, there was a safe there, wasn't there? A green safe.
I have no idea what was there.
Didn't you speak with Officer Core at the scene?
Yes, I did.
And Officer Core, you said that you ordered him to do something. You remember that?
I did.
You ordered him to take the gun and get it out of there?
Secure it.
And what were you doing at the time you ordered him to do that?
Rendering aid to Kelsey Fitzsimmons.
So you're over by the bed. He would have had to go in that area to get the firearm and secure it, right?
So I placed the firearm. You can't see the right side of the door frame. So if you were to walk into that bedroom and look right, there's some sort of, I don't know, nightstand or something. I put the weapon right there.
I'll show you Exhibit 75. Is this the,
Oh, it's the white, yes, that's it.
is that where you put the firearm?
On top of that.
Now, let's
I'm
just
sorry,
go,
that's exhibit what?
75, Your Honor.
Thank you.
So, let's talk about who touched the firearm. So Daly picks up the firearm, right?
Yes,
And the firearm was under Kelsey's leg, correct?
I don't know where it was. I was covering down. I know he flipped her over and found the weapon. I don't recall where it was.
Okay. You heard, strike that. So, your testimony is that Kelsey's racking the gun, sidestepping, backpedaling, tap rack, and at some point, she points the gun at you, right?
Her arm started to come up towards me.
Okay. So it's fair to say that she's back again, like we said earlier. She's starting to do this, right?
No Weaver stance.
Okay, so one hand.
It was.
Is that the FBI crouch? What do you call that? Is that
A one-handed.
okay? It's not called the FBI crouch?
I've never heard that term.
Okay. So, she starts to point the gun at you. So we agree then that the gun is out in front of her, right?
It was in the upward position. It was coming up towards me. When I fired my second round, I saw her kind of buckle, and she lowered her weapon, and I stopped shooting, and then she went to the ground.
You hit her in the chest. She goes flying back and lands on her back, right?
She didn't go flying back.
She landed on her back, correct?
She went down to the ground. I don't know which way she went. I think she crouched over.
Well, you knew she was on her back, didn't you?
I don't remember. As far as that goes, that's kind of a blur.
So the idea that she's got the gun out in front of her, she falls on her back. If the gun's underneath her, is this some sort of a magic gun?
I don't know where you're getting at.
Doesn't it make sense that if the gun is out here and she receives a force of a 9mm bullet pushing her back this way, how does the gun get all the way behind her and under her leg?
I have no idea. It's the way she fell.
So back to the notion of who touches the gun. Daly picks up the gun, right?
Yes.
Daly puts it on the bed, correct?
Yes.
And you don't like that.
I don't. It's too close to her.
Okay. Well, she's sitting there with a gunshot wound to her chest with you there and Daly there. Isn't that fair to say?
Yes.
So then you touch the gun, right?
I do.
And then you move it to the white shelf, bookshelf.
Yes.
And then Core arrives. And
Yes.
then you tell Core to grab the gun and secure it, right?
I do.
And then Core has it. Does he take it into the hallway?
Maybe. I remember just focusing my attention on Kelsey.
Sure, understandable. So you're focusing on Kelsey and you're giving her first aid.
Yes. Well, Lieutenant Daly was starting to work on her.
Well, is it fair to say that at first you still had your gun on her, but then you helped with the first aid?
Yes.
Okay.
afterwards.
So that was your primary focus, was once you felt that she was not a threat to you on your testimony, you started to assist with the first aid, right?
Yes.
And you and Daly are rendering first aid, and then Core comes, right?
Yes. Yes.
And you say, get that out of here, secure the gun.
Yep. Make it safe.
Okay, so it's fair to say that Core does that, but your attention is not on what he's doing, it's on rendering first aid, right?
That's correct.
So you don't have any knowledge or observation of what Core did with the firearm, right?
No.
At some point, are you aware that Core takes the green safe and the firearm out into the hallway?
I didn't see him do any of that.
I'm going to show you Exhibit 51. Do you recognize that?
Yes, I do.
So Exhibit 51 is the left side of the door frame where you say that Kelsey lunged, right?
That's correct.
Is that how it looked when she lunged over there?
I didn't see that when I was in the hallway.
Do you know anything about that shoebox with the orange lining?
I have no idea.
Do you remember seeing that chest with the brown leather trim on it?
I thought it was an end table when I walked out of the room.
Do you think that the gun came from any of those areas there?
With how quick she grabbed it, I think it came from that box, but I don't know.
Exhibit 36. That's a picture of the stairway, right?
Yes.
It's pretty narrow.
Yes.
And you went up to the top, and you were at that landing, right?
That's correct.
You never entered Kelsey's room?
No.
So you said that you were shocked that Kelsey was quickly grabbing a gun and putting it in your face,
Yeah, absolutely.
and you that she'd gotten the drop on you, right?
Yes.
And at that point, you feared for your life, you say, right?
Absolutely.
And you panicked, and you shot her.
No.
Well, you missed her from just a few feet away.
It's hard to shoot a moving target or anything moving.
Are you aware of the Post Commission?
Yes.
And you know that the Post Commission has issued regulations that are in the Code of Massachusetts Regulations?
Yes.
And you know that it's prohibited to use deadly force on a person who is exhibiting a danger only to themselves.
Absolutely.
And you knew that on June 30th, 2025, didn't you?
I've known that since I graduated the police academy in 2006, or even before.
Right. And you went in there thinking that Kelsey was dangerous and had guns and you might get into it, right?
That's inaccurate.
And that's why you had your gloves on, isn't it?
No.
You were ready to get wet.
No.
I'm sorry, ready to get what?
Get wet, Your Honor. And that's when you had to adjust the narrative, isn't that true?
No.
So you're going to maintain that you got into a gunfight with somebody who was your colleague, right?
Yes.
Who had just given you her baby to feed 5 minutes earlier
Yes.
of her own volition.
Yes.
She developed some sort of a homicidal animus towards you for what Justin Elaine just did to her, right?
I don't think it was unbeknownst to me. I didn't know Justin was in the house. I think I was standing in her way for her to get downstairs and kill Justin.
I assume this is in hindsight.
Hindsight, yep.
If I could just have one moment, please, Your Honor.
Take your time.
Did you have a taser?
I did.
Did you think maybe to use the taser when she pulled the trigger and the gun didn't go off?
No. You meet deadly force with deadly force.
She's 3 feet away from you?
Yes.
Could have just grabbed her, couldn't you?
No.
And if there was deadly force, you wouldn't have stopped at 2 shots, would you? You would have emptied that magazine right into her.
I stopped when she stopped. And that's what I'm trying to do. Stop the threat. Not empty a mag.
What were some of the things that she asked you to bring downstairs?
I think there was a basket of books, and I believe some clothes. I think she put him in a car seat.
What did you say to her when she asked you to bring him downstairs?
I said, we'll deal with that later, and I put him down.
What was her reaction?
She just kept packing stuff.
So you said that you were you'd started your career in the North Andover Police Department, correct?
That's correct.
And you left for the Lawrence Police Department in what year?
2011.
And then you were on the SWAT team from 2019 to 2024, correct?
That's correct.
And that you left North Andover to get a faster pace, right? What do you mean by a faster pace?
Busier. Are you talking about when I left North Andover to go to Lawrence, or?
Yes.
A busier atmosphere.
More action.
More calls for service.
More what, I'm sorry?
Calls for service.
Calls for service.
I wanted more experience.
And you were there for how long?
In Lawrence?
Yeah.
From 2011 to 2024.
2024, you go back to North Andover, correct?
Yes.
And you said that you wanted to bring your training and experience back to where it all started, right?
Yes.
Meaning you wanted to offer officers at North Andover the benefit of your training and experience, correct?
Correct.
You said that you only have 10 years left, getting older, a slower pace is what's needed, right?
Yes.
So, is it fair to say that the stress of a busy urban department was getting to you?
No.
Well, you did tell Kelsey that you had PTSD, didn't you?
Absolutely not.
So slower pace, and you just wanted to grace the department with your training and experience, correct?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Judge, I told counsel that I would ask for a sidebar before the next topic.
Sure.